Alright. Good morning, everyone. Figured out how to get my chat on my screen. Starry Night. Yeah, alright. Ooh, that's my kitty. Oh, what do you want, kitty? What do you want, kitty? What do you want, kitty? You're loud.
Cheese baked into the shell.
Alright, we actually got Starry Night. That's good. Because to be quite honest, sometimes when you queue, you don't know what you're gonna get. I kind of think they should make it so that, you queue for your PVE difficulty, and once it pops, you pick the tank, you know? Maybe you could, like, pre-select a tier, I don't know. But it would be nice to actually see what map you're gonna get, or have some indicator if the map is changing. I think some people have suggested a timer. That'd be really good. Just so you know, hey, this is about to run out in like a minute. You can just wait to queue, see what you're gonna get.
Black Company. It seems that the lines of Nequiel are a constant thorn in our side. It appears they are out to the
Just gotta greet our team, be friendly.
They will probably burn the farms to the ground if they
Makes the experience much better. Much better. Just be nice to people. Doesn't cost you anything. A little too zoomed in there. Moment. Alright. Oh, well played, Ramka. Where is that made? I think it's back here. Just bump into him a little bit.
Looks like the Lions have prepared fuel trucks.
We don't really care about that HE at all. Oh, look at that. Some bullshit.
Identified.
Alright, let's go take care of Mr. T90MS. I'm more of a volume shooter. I don't worry too much about how many shots I necessarily connect with. I'd rather take the shot. You make the shot, especially in a game like this where accuracy is so high. You make the shot a lot more often than you might think. Did the same thing in World of Tanks. Just, you know, you never know when you're going to connect. RNG can be your friend as much as it can be your enemy. So, a lot of times you will see me not fully aim in, if I can, or, you know, partially aiming if I feel like I don't have time to wait for the whole shot. We're gonna switch to heat. Because this guy's about to spot this already. But this guy.
Target down.
I'm gonna go get the secondary if I have time.
They're targeting
Yeah,
the central farms just as I expected. If anything happens,
I'll go do it. You know what? I don't mind. I don't mind being team player. This thing, I'm gonna put out play damage. Well, it looks like the T90 is going. Alright, I'm not gonna go. T90 will get there first. This thing puts out so much damage, you don't have to worry about, you know, doing some stuff for your team, like you're gonna really give yourself too bad. You're still probably gonna do more than anybody else. A shot like that, I'm definitely gonna aim because it's so far away. So what do we have here? That was very low chance of penning, but I didn't really want to have to reload. I'm starting to like this side in terms of coming up on the cap a lot better. The middle's a little too risky for me. You can have a great game there, but you can also have a real bad day. Take care of him. Oh. Gonna go spot this up a little bit. And this guy, we don't even need to worry about. Oh no, our gun. We gotta get our gun down. Heat goes straight through. Just gotta aim below those side skirts, down in the little jagged tooth area of the side skirt. Kind of like what I have down here. These little jagged little edges, right here. And I know more stuff's gonna spawn up here, so I don't want to go too terribly far. Pulling something else over. Okay, 2 Abrams. Oh, okay, we got autocannon to the back of us. That's 21, I'll take that shot. Let's go to AP, because we want to not be up here too terribly long.
Hurry, Black Company. Protect the farm.
Alright, and we're gonna get moving across this bridge now, because we are going to be a little behind over here. What you don't want to do is get caught out while we got M8s and faster tanks coming over this little ridge line.
Identify target.
Thunderbolt. There.
Identify target.
Oh, look at that. See, you can't give those thunderbolts like any sign. That was my own fault. I was trying to use the AP on a harder target, but there's the already. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Just boom, 3 modules plus about 400 damage. I think the paladins really need to have either their damage or their module damage looked at, because I'm not saying, you know, MBTs don't have it good or anything like that. I mean, definitely the strongest class, but just the module knockouts. It's like you literally, if you got already in a game, you're playing your entire game with broken stuff. You know, it's just, and there's no point in fixing it because the next shot's just gonna break it. So I gotta go spot this guy. And now I'm tracked, damn. Could repair. And tracked again, and Paladin. Dick. Trying to figure out what they're doing over here. Okay, so there we go. We spotted the arty for our team. Hopefully they will finish it off. Oh, there goes my house. We're gonna just hope he doesn't aim low. There we go. Oof, that was... you can see just how much damage you can lose really quickly if you're not careful. And the name of the game in hard PVE really is controlling your health pool. There's no reason most of the time that you need to take those risky moves that get you hit by a million things. Every once in a while, Kodiak's a good example, you have to get to the cap because your team is almost always out of position at one of the caps for whatever reason, trying to get secondaries or whatever else. And so you have to kind of throw it all into the wind and just say, hey, I gotta get over here, I gotta try to reset this, and that's when you want your health pool to take some hits, or, you know, if you get focused by arty at some point in the match, that's what you really want your health pool for, because not much else is gonna be able to hurt an MBT. And if you're in an AFV or a TD light tank, even more important to preserve your health pool, because while an MBT can shrug off some hits that they might not have seen coming, you really can't. You have to always be aware of where everything is shooting you from. So we had a good match. I mean, this tank is just so incredibly strong. It's 150,000 again, a lot more than I was seeing before 0.13. So I know people complain about the credits. Maybe it's people without premium, I'm not entirely sure. In 9 days and 3 hours I will find out. I'm really sad about that because I pretty much didn't play through all of January. Stormy Winter. Okay, I haven't done Stormy Winter in a while since the patch actually. I started updating my my spreadsheet with the numbers for PVE rewards. So if you look here, people might not know, you can see objectives, all 3 of the cap circles. That's why there's 3 different defense points. So that's 90, 105, right? Just for completing the primary, so not losing. And in the secondary, 87. So almost as much as completing the mission. You almost double your experience and money coming out of the mission. Secondaries are very, very worthwhile. There's a couple maps where they're very hard to do. Perseus can be a pain, especially if you're just random pubbing. If you have a team of people you know, it's a little easier because you can coordinate. Kodiak is also a big pain, and I think Kodiak, mostly because of the short time limit, the placement of the secondaries, and the fact that it takes an MBT. I know, you know, AFVs with the troop carrier module can do it pretty quick, but it's really hard for them in hard mode to get over there, you know, because there's just too many enemies to sneak past. The map is not big enough. But it takes you about 12 seconds to cap, so, you know, when you only have 3 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes, I can't remember. It's pretty short compared to the time that it takes to get over there, because 2 of them only spawn on that north, I think it's north side of the map, and there are just so many tanks over there, just all the time. I figured out a a method to doing it that is about, I'd say 70% of the time it works, and 30% of the time I die. So yeah, I'm still up in the air on how to do that. Still not quite enough people in the queue, I guess, to be making these games very fast. I normally don't wait this long. Now the server might be having problems again, it's always possible. There we go. Will we actually get Stormy Winter? That is the question. Perseus, unfortunate. So we will not get to figure out the numbers on that. Wow, I am the only MBT. This is gonna be interesting. So I really need to be mindful of my health pool now, because each one of these objectives requires you to keep your health intact. But, you know, usually you have 2 or 3 other group members that are also taking hits, and my team members cannot take hits. So hopefully they are very good at dodging. And hopefully our RD does not get instantly countered by the paladin that's going to be at G6. The warrior is not upgraded. Not that it really helps all that much, since nothing here is going to shoot heat at him. Not sure how much his armor upgrades help against, like, HE. And this tank just requires a little more care in terms of aiming. Can't snap quite as much. Have to come down. So there's the paladin. And good, he's dead. This warrior is doing some spying. I'm gonna give him that. I don't know, it seems like, quite honestly, it seems like some of these tanks are a little, their AIs are a little screwed up, because maybe he couldn't get his gun down, but sometimes it just feels like they don't even shoot at you. He's gonna be dead before I can do anything else. Oh, that's right, he's gotta reload. Sorry there, warrior.
Don't let the guard down, Black Company.
Man, well played. Oh, we've got that Draco just eating stuff. Man, Dracos are insane now. Just insane, the amount of damage. And right there, that is That is the Ramka's little driver port, right? That little green in the sea of red. And that's a full damage spot if you cannot pen his sides or the rest of his hull. That is full damage. Sometimes it's a crit, I believe. Pardon. I believe sometimes it's a crit spot as well. And I can't even get any spotting. This is actually probably going to be a pretty lousy game for me. I can't get any damage because of the Draco, and I can't get any spotting because everything's in AFV. Please already don't rip my health apart. Man, Arya did 382 with HE, wowee. Sometimes HE is so just unpredictable, you know? It's... Sometimes you really have to wonder about the way it's calculated. Oh no, I can't. I don't have enough pin with the heat on this. That's something I've said before. I really wish they would adjust the crew messages. They hit us hard. We got hit for 8. I mean, I really wish there was some kind of differentiation between actually being hit hard and being hit for like nothing. Like that was a hard hit, and that was stupid of me. Yeah, what I say, I was supposed to preserve my health, and now I'm playing like a complete donkey here. And I cannot get a hit on anything. Wow. Nerf Draco blocks.
Good work. There will be more coming, though. NTAA forces are heading to the western silo en masse.
And this is why I wanted to save my health. But you know what? I don't think I can even do it this time because there's something about this secondary right here. Sometimes it spawns here, right? And when you trigger this one, when you get close to it, it spawns just ass loads of stuff. So I'm gonna let that warrior go ahead and see if he can ninja his way to it, but I don't know if you can do that so much anymore. I know you can go like on the 0 line. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm not spotting that. That's just ridiculous. And how? What? Who is spotting this? Apparently I am, but how? Am I just proc spotting it? Must be. Come on, Mr. M8. Alright, I gotta go like... because I can't give any of my sniper. He did just fire, so we can do that now. Oh, there goes the Draco, just chewing him up. Oh wow, I am just getting trolled here by these bots. No pen. We're hit. And yeah. Hey! God, they just kill stuff so fast. There's just nothing to be done about it. I'll get down to heat here in a minute. I always aim for that vent right there. It's a guaranteed crit. Throw a track from a BFF. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. Oh, we should get lots of spotting damage for this part, at least. So, not a very good game for us, but you know what? We better go ahead and use our repair kit, because 300 health, this Ariat could definitely deal that. Look at that. 365. What the hell? And apparently I got penned by AP. Not quite sure where. I guess he had kind of an angle on my side. Well, definitely not what I wanted to do that game, but all I have to do is live for 20 seconds and we win, so I mean, I'm gonna miss out on the last capture point experience, but what can we do about it? Nothing. That's why it's so important to stay alive, because each and every one of those capture points is worth. He's got to say GG to our team. Each and every one of those capture points is worth quite a chunk of your experience. I'm not sure. I know Perseus got a real downgrade on its reward. It used to be really high before they differentiated everything. I remember on my old spreadsheet it was like 336 base experience just for completing the mission with the secondaries. The secondaries were like stupid easy to do too. So yeah, we did okay. We did spot damage. Yeah, I'll take that. Still, you know, didn't do quite as good because we used our repair and then we just died like 2 shots later. So money not quite as good, and losing. So prime objective. Well, I guess we did get credit for the prime objective. Maybe they have changed that now. So I take back what I said. Of course, we didn't get any of the secondaries, but you know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, maybe they changed that. If you die, or maybe it's within a certain time. I'm honestly not sure. I've not experienced that before. Not to say that dying is okay, but I guess that makes it a little easier. Okay, Ghost Hunter. Let's take the XM8 for Ghost Hunter. The XM8 has some serious problems. Light tanks in general has some serious problems, other than I'd say the well, let's hope we're gonna join. Oh, we load before we join. Oh no, did we crash? I think we just crashed the game. Wow, good job, me. Hopefully we can reconnect to our mission. Otherwise, that's gonna be sad. And sometimes when this game crashes, it crashes so hard it doesn't even know how to crash, so it just sits there. We're going to kill the process, and we are going to launch the game. Oh, remind us to get our login bonus. Still thing that they've added. And I don't have any nifty little oops, we're crash screens, because literally I'm just starting on this whole stream thing, so please bear with. That's about some coffee time here. Oh, yay! We're reconnecting to the mission, that's fantastic. We got 1 MBT. Anyways, the XM8 has some issues in that it just doesn't feel better than the Stingray at all. And I spent whatever it was, the $2 million for the armor upgrade. And it stops some autocannon fire, but not a whole lot. Oh, hello. Big light panzer. Get over here so we can't get his gun down on us. There we go. And there's a Stingray 2 that is just better than me in pretty much every way. This thing is more mobile. It is more mobile, but it just doesn't feel mobile enough for what it feels like you give up. Just punch that. And the biggest thing that bothers me about this tank is that the heat round literally, not always, but most of the time, it rolls within, of course, it rolls within about 30 damage of minimum roll. Yeah, he's coming right at me. Okay, so now it's gonna prove me wrong by doing that. That's okay. And there again, but minimum roll is 524. You watch and see how many times I hit for about 530. Of course, now the game's like, no, you don't do that. This thing is just so freaking big. Yeah. There's a 546. Can we hit this? Yeah, it's too good. Now we hit. I've already given him like half my health. Oh, VFM like right behind me. And I have no chance to defend myself against stuff like this. Like, Stingray 2 could like bounce VFM shots, like from the front. It's ridiculous. You know, I could bounce MBT shots in its tier from the front, to be quite honest. There's only like one place on the front where you can really pen it, even in an MBT. I mean, unless you just straight up just overpower the hell out of its armor with your penetration, but that thing was a lot of fun to play because you could bully pretty much anything that was a light, had light armor, and even some stuff that didn't. Just if it didn't have enough penetration to get through. And now I'm stuck out here in the middle of nowhere, and I don't have my smoke grenades yet. Because like a smarty pants, I went for the armor. Never gonna hit that shot. It's just the alpha is pretty anemic. I mean, for what you're facing, a tier 8. For your, if your rate of fire was just a little bit higher, it would be fine. But it's just long. I mean, it's only slightly faster firing than. I don't think it's faster than like an M1, A1. You know, it just does not feel like. It is more mobile, but it doesn't turn very well either. I think that's the problem, is you need, like, I mean, look at this, you just feel like, oh, trying to turn. I mean, it's okay. It's just one of those things where, you kind of need to invest a lot in it just to bring it up to a level where it feels like it should be kind of on its own, you know, and then upgrades, like retrofits, should kind of enhance that. But you kind of just need the retrofits just to... No, don't do that. Yeah. We're gonna go this way. Let's see, oh, yeah. But they just announced 1.4. Light tanks and TDs are supposed to be getting a penetration level, which would be nice.
Hostile tank, march.
I honestly don't even know if that's really what's needed, because the thing is that they don't need, well, light tanks don't need super high penetration because they should be flanking. What they need is the ability to flank appropriately, which means, I think, a camo increase. Maybe some view range. You know, you don't want to homogenize. Oh, god damn it. The class is too much, but... It's like that. Okay, there's like 3 guys over here that have been shooting at him. He's taking damage from, and yet, he's looking at me right when I come around the corner. That's how it works sometimes. But I think they need to be able to be a little more stealthy, you know? You don't have the armor to take the hits. You have speed. You have one of the components for flanking. You have speed, which is good. But if the maps don't give you hard cover to flank behind, how are you supposed to get into the flanking positions, especially with how fast MBTs can move? You're not even pointed at me, sir. Oh, yeah, that M8's gonna be gunning for me. They all are. They don't like their own kind. Now look at that. He's still looking at me even though he's down to half health. And again, heat round roll. I can't win. I just can't win. Probably gonna die, yeah. Fuck. I'm not using my kit though. Honestly, I should. I should be a good example to people, but I just hate this tank so much. You struggle to just sort of break even. And I mean, you kind of saw, like, that whole game. Where on this map am I exactly supposed to go? I'm trying to use range to lower myself as a priority target. I'm trying to use cover, but there's just, yeah, for some reason, some of the priority for targeting is a little screwy too. And I know they prioritize like weaker targets, which makes it even worse for AFEs and light tanks and TDs, because you get spotted and just everything wants to kill you immediately. And there's no, I think if you're gonna have a PVE mode, you need to have a threat mechanic in terms of, look, this guy's been doing the most damage. I mean, it's just, it makes a little more sense. I mean, if you want to make them like players, fine, make them like players, but they're not like players right now. They really aren't. They're not at all like players. They're completely retarded. Some people might argue that makes them like players, but you know, they can't aim for weak spots, or they can, but they really don't. Or if they do, they can't hit them properly. The only tanks that are punished are light armored tanks, and it makes it very hard to do a lot of these missions. I used to be able to do this mission with my eyes closed in the Stingray, because hey, something starts shooting at me, I can probably shrug it off. I mean, I'm not going to shrug off an M8 round, but you know, reposition. But the XM8 is just so unforgiving. and you're really big. And you're fast, but you're not... I'd say you're fast, but you're not agile. You know, you can really get moving, you can redeploy very quickly, but once you're in position, if you have to react to a threat behind you or to the side of you, it's really hard to... And I mean, what can you really do? Turning your armor towards them isn't going to do jack, for the most part. You might bounce some autocannon shots. Honestly, I think the armor package is just a waste of money. It's probably on the list of things to get fixed, but who knows when that will be. There's a lot more pressing issues right now. Oh, we forgot to GG our team. Bad example again. So we did pretty terrible on that game, to be completely honest. So what's next here? Operation Anvil. Normally I would take an MBT to this, but the Leopard 5, the side armor is really quite a big issue. Especially when you're dealing with PVE, because certain maps you start with things coming at you from multiple directions, not even just... You can't even really deal with this 180-degree arc, because anything that's out here can put shots anywhere through here. So really you have about maybe like a 60-degree arc right here. I'm not a geometry master, but or trig master, but I would say probably 60-degree arc right about here, where you can, any incoming shots to your side will probably bounce, and then you just have to worry about your little viewport here. This little, and it's not this up here, it's this little flat, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. This little flat bar right here, this is where it's at. You put a shot in there and it's a critical, and it hurts a lot. So that's pretty much all you have to worry about once they're up there, you know, if they're in that arc. So on a map like Anvil, the starting area, you have stuff coming at you from a lot of different directions. And it's you lose too much health too fast when you're doing those kinds of fights. You have 2290. That's another reason I really like the 2A6. I mean, you just get 2700 health. You can shrug off a few of those hits that your side armor can't handle. And again, you know, only 2290, you have the same as the T90 MS and the 2A5, but the T90 MS can just take those side hits and really, most of the time, not care a whole lot unless it's something that's really strong. Again, this is all in terms of PvE. We're talking PvE right now. I'll try to do some PvP games a little later. I like PvE for my doubles. Of course, today my play has been a little crap, but that's okay. Some days you play better than other days. But you tend to have a more solid or a more consistent experience in PvE. You can consistently get a level of reward, and so that's why I find it good for the times too.
Please take back control of the port area. So
And most of the
civilians
time, I don't really worry about the
There are
mission
also
rewards,
SAMs in the area.
but on certain
Clearing out those
tanks,
missiles will
if I'm
allow
really trying, like if I'm trying to get to
land on those
50% on
ships
something,
and retake
so I
them.
can start
Good luck,
unlocking
Black
like the
Company.
credit unlocks, because I need credits or whatever, then I will try to make sure I go for those high reward missions.
So the PLM has a surprise for us.
I'm really interested to see, because they said they're going to buff penetration, if the Centauro 120 is on their list, especially since it was kind of in the, I think maybe it was the B1 Centauro. I have a hard time telling the difference between them in terms of their profile. But they had an image of one of the Centauros in their little news article, and I was kind of cracking up, like, if they're gonna buff this tank. It's like ridiculous, because as you can see, this thing is monstrous. You don't even need the heat rounds. I really have questioned bringing heat rounds at all, because usually I'm just shooting, the AP just hits so freaking hard. 724, I mean, this thing hits like a T90 MS with AP. It really does. You're not gonna have the highs of a T90 MS, but you know, your average damage per shot, and you shoot every 6 seconds on this. I don't even have retrofits on this thing, because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the metas for these lighter armored tanks right now. I mean, I enjoy some of them, but they're just very frustrating at times. And in the end, you want to play a game to have fun. So I don't like to be a jump on the bandwagon person, but MBTs are fun at the moment. I mean, you can play the game without having to constantly be shot up by that one thing that you didn't notice. And sometimes it's fun to do that. Sometimes it's fun to have those challenging matches. And I do enjoy quite a few of the games that I play in my light tanks, but I feel like this guy, I kind of figured he'd be dead by now, but he's not. Never assume. 2A, just pop him one. Probably swap over to probably swap over to heat before we use all our AP. It's always nice to have the AP when you need it, and because the heat won't always work for you. So we're gonna cruise up here. Seems really fast. I really like that. T90? Oh no. No. Aha! Nope. Here we go, this is gonna hurt a lot. Oh, not too bad, okay. We're never gonna out-turn T90, because his turret just turns way too damn fast. This guy's focused on someone else. Right there. Look at all these T90s just chilling over here. And this poor bastard is completely stuck.
Identified. Load heat.
Ammo up.
So right there in those lower side skirts, just no problem going through. So the sides of those Terminators and Ramkas seem very tough, and with lower pen they are, but I mean, as you can see, I went through the tracks, lower part of the skirt with heat, no problem. 1 HP. very low roll for heat. Back out of that, because he's going to want to pop us while we're doing that. Oh, we turned. Wow. Well played there, Mr. Bot. Alright. So now we're just going to cruise out here. I think this Centauro might have the same idea. We're going to roll out here and just take care of this artillery. I should have saved a couple heat shells for this, but I don't really play this map all that often. Doesn't seem to be one of the ones that's in the rotation quite as much. So we're gonna go here, just wait for Artie to pop as soon as they hit the cap. Have a sip of coffee. And I think this might be my last game for right now, unfortunately. I need to go run some errands, and then I will be back later this afternoon, play the last couple of my dailies, and then maybe we'll see about getting into some PvP matches. I'll be honest, I haven't played PvP as much since December. In December, when they made, when the game was basically broken with those changes to reload, and you know, you had 3.5 second, 2.5 second reload ERCs in the game. I kind of pieced out of PvP because I'm just not interested in that kind of nonsense, and I'm not one of those people that's gonna go and exploit that and say, well, it's part of the game. I'm just gonna do it while it lasts. It's just not something that appeals to me. I don't care if you're one of those people who wants to do that. It really doesn't bother me. I'm not interested in it. So I kind of just said, you know what? When they fix that, I'll go back and start playing PvP. And I got busy playing some other things. Diablo season started. My friend bought me Diablo for Christmas, so we were doing the new Diablo season in January, and then I actually picked up Ghost in Shell First Assault online. If you like first-person shooters, I'm not a connoisseur by any means, but let's try to not die here. But I enjoy it. Oh wow, it is in early access. It does cost, I think, $5. I bounced. All right. I think it costs like $5 to get in. But it's definitely, I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun if you like Ghost in the Shell. It's, some people have argued that it's just a generic FPS with Ghost in the Shell on the outside. Again, I am not an FPS connoisseur. I don't play a lot of FPS. The last FPS I played was Counter-Strike Source. I haven't played CSGO or anything. But I find it to be a lot of fun. It has some issues, but so I was playing that a bit. And just patch 0.13, when they announced that and the changes that they were bringing, especially to PVE income rewards, I got pretty interested. So I kind of started playing again, and I say patch 1.3 I think was a huge step forward. I know a lot of people have been complaining about Matchmaker 2.0. What I have experienced from it has not been bad. Oh wowie, look at that. Number 1, how do we do that? We don't know. Yeah, but anyways, people have been arguing Matchmaker 2.0 has a lot of problems. I haven't seen it. I have seen some screenshots, but again, I haven't seen enough to make me think that these are anything other than outlier games. And I know people have been waiting longer to get a match, but I also remember just a month or so ago, people bitching and complaining and saying, I would rather wait, you know, for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to get into a good match than to just get thrown into these other matches. And again, I'm not gonna cast aspersions on people saying this stuff because I haven't played it enough to know for sure. But what I have played seems okay. I haven't really noticed too much of a difference, to be quite honest. But I never really got screwed by all these like high tier people getting pulled down and all the other things they said were problems. So, I don't know where I was going with that. Point being that I have not played a lot of PvP lately, so it will probably take me a few games to kind of get back into the groove. When I did play last week, it was just kind of like, alright, you know, have a great game, 4,000 or 5,000 damage, and then have a shitty die in 2 seconds game, so gotta get my consistency back. Anyways, I'm going to stop the stream for now, and if anybody did show up, or if anybody is here, honestly, I'm not really that well set up to stream. I can't see chat, I can't see people joining and leaving, etc, etc. But, if so, thank you for joining. I hope it was enjoyable, and if not, well then, goodbye to me. Alrighty, have a good one.